Have you ever felt like life is running you instead of the other way around? Like no matter how hard you try, you're stuck in the same patterns, facing the same challenges over and over again. What if I told you that the power to break free, to create a life of purpose, success, and abundance is already within you? It all comes down to one thing: control. Control over your words, your thoughts, your emotions, and your finances. And today I'm going to show you how to take that control back. You ever wonder why some people seem to have it all together while others are constantly struggling to keep up? It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not even about having more opportunities. It all boils down to one simple thing: control. Control over what you say. Control over what you think. Control over how you feel. And control over how you manage your resources. Here's the truth: if you can master your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money, you can master your life. Most people don't realize that the power to change everything is already within them, just waiting to be tapped into. But if you don't control these things, they'll control you. These elements shape your world. They influence every decision you make, every relationship you build, and every opportunity you either seize or miss. Take control of them, and you take control of your life. Let them run unchecked, and you'll find yourself in a place you never wanted to be. Today we're going to dive deep into this. We're going to break it down step by step. By the end, you'll walk away with a new sense of focus and responsibility over your life. Let's start by talking about your mouth. When I say control your mouth, I'm not just telling you to hold your tongue when you're angry, though that's important. I'm talking about understanding the immense power behind every word you say. The words you speak are like arrows. You can't take them back once they're released. So many people don't grasp this. They talk without thinking, spilling negativity or gossip without considering the consequences. But here's the truth: the words you speak have the power to shape your life, your relationships, and your future. When you speak, you're not just describing the world around you, you're creating it. The words you choose build the foundation of your reality. If you're constantly talking about how hard life is, how unfair things are, or how impossible your dreams seem, you're creating an environment that reflects those very words. You're sending that energy out into the world, and the world responds. On the other hand, if you speak with faith, if you declare possibilities, if you encourage others, you're creating an environment where success and positivity can thrive. Think about the people who inspire you. Do they speak words of doubt or tear others down? Or do they use their words to uplift, to push forward, and to open doors for themselves and others? That's the kind of power you hold, the power to speak life into any situation. But that power can also cause damage if used recklessly. You must be deliberate with your words. So before you speak, pause for a moment and ask yourself, will this help the situation or make it worse? Is what I'm about to say grounded in truth, or is it fueled by emotional frustration? Too often, people let their emotions dictate their words and end up saying things they regret. And once it's out there, it's out there. Sure, you can apologize and try to mend the damage, but the impact of those words often lingers. That's why you have to be intentional about what you say. And this isn't just about how you talk to others, it's also about how you talk to yourself. Self-talk is real. The words you choose when you think about your life, your capabilities, and your future are shaping your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or this is too hard, guess what? You'll start believing it. You'll limit yourself because you're feeding your mind the wrong messages. You'll begin to act as if those limitations are real, when in fact, they're just the echoes of the negativity you've been speaking. But when you flip the script and start speaking positive, affirming words to yourself, everything changes. When you wake up and tell yourself, I can handle whatever comes my way, I am capable, or I deserve success, you begin to build the confidence and mindset you need to move forward. You speak yourself into strength. You speak yourself into courage. And before long, those words turn into actions, and those actions evolve into habits that shape your future. Controlling your mouth isn't about silence. It's about intention. It's about understanding that every word you speak is either contributing to your success or holding you back. Your words hold power over your relationships, your opportunities, and even your perception of yourself. Life will throw challenges your way, that's inevitable. But when you choose your words wisely, you'll navigate those challenges with control and purpose. When you speak with wisdom, positivity, and truth, you attract those very things into your life. When you speak words of wisdom, positivity, and truth, you attract those very things into your life. People begin to see you differently. They respect you more. They come to you for advice because they know you're someone who speaks with intention, someone who uses words as tools to build, not to tear down. Think of your words as seeds. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's exactly what you'll harvest. But if you plant seeds of faith, determination, and positivity, those are the things that will grow in your life. So be mindful of the seeds you're planting, because you're the one who will have to live in the garden you create. Too many people spend their time talking about what's wrong, what's missing, or what they don't have. They complain about their circumstances, their jobs, and their relationships, and then wonder why nothing changes. They fail to use the power. They already have the power of their words. They're not speaking life into their situations, nor are they taking control of the one thing they can control, their words. If you want to see change in your life, it starts with what you say. Let me give you an example. Think of someone who constantly talks about how hard life is. Every time you see them, they're complaining about something. What kind of energy are they putting out into the world? What kind of opportunities are they attracting? Certainly not the good kind. Now think of someone who speaks with hope, someone who focuses on solutions instead of problems. You can feel the difference, can't you? That's the power of words. That's the power of controlling your mouth. If you want to be successful, if you want to lead, if you want to make a difference in this world, you've got to get your words in check. Stop speaking defeat into your life. Stop saying I can't and start saying I will. Stop focusing on what's going wrong and start talking about what's possible. And don't just do this for yourself, do it for the people around you. When you control your mouth, you become a source of strength for others. Your words can lift someone up when they're feeling down. Your words can inspire someone to keep going when they're ready to give up. But if you're reckless with your words, if you're constantly criticizing, complaining, or speaking out of anger, you'll push people away. You'll create an environment where negativity thrives. And that's not the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. So let's return to this idea of control. You can't control everything in life. You can't control other people's actions. You can't control the circumstances you're born into. And you can't always control the challenges that come your way. But what you can control is your mouth. You can control what you say. You can choose to speak words that empower, uplift, and inspire. You can choose to use your words deliberately, understanding the power they hold. This isn't just about success, it's about living a life of purpose. It's about recognizing the power you have to shape your reality, to influence the world around you, and to leave a positive impact on the people you meet. Words are tools. If you use them wisely, they'll build a life that reflects your true potential. If you use them carelessly, they'll destroy opportunities before they even have the chance to grow. So the next time you open your mouth, remember this: your words have power. Control them. Speak with intention. Speak life into your future, your relationships, and your sense of self-worth. And watch as the world around you begins to change. Now, let's get real about your mind. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It's where everything begins, every action, every decision, every habit you build. It all starts with your thoughts. Your mind is where battles are won or lost long before they ever manifest in your life. You've got to understand this. If you don't control your mind, it will control you. And when that happens, you end up living a life that's reactive instead of proactive, driven by fear and doubt instead of purpose and intention. Think about it. Everything you've ever done, whether it was pursuing a dream, hitting the gym, or even making a mistake, started with a thought. That's why the saying, "As a man thinketh, so is he," is so powerful. It means your life is shaped by the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind. What you focus on expands. If your mind is filled with negativity, fear, or doubt, that's the direction your life will take. But if you fill your mind with thoughts of growth, possibility, and determination, you'll start moving toward those things instead. Too many people let their minds run wild, allowing fear and doubt to take control. They worry about what might go wrong, what others might think, or whether they're good enough. And once those thoughts take hold, they spiral. One negative thought leads to another, creating a cycle of self-doubt and anxiety, paralyzing them with the very thoughts they've allowed to take over. But here's the good news: you don't have to live like that. You can change the narrative playing out in your mind. You can choose to control your thoughts. And when you do, you take control of your life. Let me break it down. Controlling your mind doesn't mean ignoring the hard stuff or pretending fear doesn't exist. Fear is real. Doubt is real. But what matters is what you do with those feelings. Are you going to let fear stop you, or will you acknowledge it and move forward anyway? That's a choice you get to make. You don't eliminate fear or doubt, you rise above it. You learn to manage it, push through it, and keep going even when the odds feel stacked against you. This is where discipline comes in. You've got to train your mind the same way an athlete trains their body. Mental strength doesn't just happen, it's built over time with intentional effort. You have to be deliberate about what you allow into your mind. Too many people fill their minds with negativity, whether it's bad news, toxic social media, or unnecessary drama, and then wonder why they feel stressed and overwhelmed. But what you consume mentally is just as important as what you consume physically. So what's the solution? Guard your mind like it's the most valuable asset you own, because it is. Be selective about what you expose yourself to. If it doesn't feed your spirit, align with your goals, or reflect your values, let it go. Instead, fill your mind with things that challenge you, push you to grow, and inspire you to be better. Read books that make you think, that open your mind to new ideas and possibilities. Listen to people who motivate you, those who walk the path you want to walk and overcome the obstacles you're facing. And don't underestimate the power of your environment. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. The company you keep has a huge impact on your mindset. If you're around people who are always negative, complaining and doubting, that energy will rub off on you. But if you're around people who are driven, focused, and positive, that energy becomes contagious. The more you intentionally manage your thoughts, the more your mind will reflect that positivity. You'll start believing in yourself more, seeing opportunities where others see obstacles, and facing challenges with confidence instead of fear. Controlling your mind means being deliberate about your thoughts. When a negative thought creeps in, you've got to catch it, challenge it, and replace it with something better. You can't let negative thoughts sit and fester. If you do, they'll take root and grow into something far bigger than necessary. Instead, when you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, stop and ask yourself, is that really true? What evidence do you have that you can't? Most of the time, you'll realize those negative thoughts aren't grounded in reality, they're just your fears talking. So challenge them. Flip the script. Replace those doubts with thoughts that serve you. Another powerful tool for controlling your mind is visualization. When you visualize your goals, your dreams, and your success, you train your mind to focus on what you want rather than what you fear. When you can see it in your mind, you start to believe it's possible. And once you believe it's possible, you begin taking the actions necessary to make it a reality. Visualization isn't just daydreaming, it's programming your mind for success. It's about creating a clear mental picture of where you're headed and allowing that vision to guide your actions. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. Will you let the world dictate your thoughts, or will you take control of your mind? It's easy to get swept up in life's chaos, to let stress, fear, or negativity take over. But you have the power to choose a different path. You can focus on what you can control, think positively, and approach every situation with a mindset that says, I can handle this. I've got this. When you start your day with that kind of intention, everything else begins to fall into place. Meditation and prayer are also powerful ways to control your mind. When you take time each day to quiet your thoughts, center yourself, and connect with something greater than yourself, you give your mind the space it needs to recharge and refocus. Meditation helps you become more aware of your thoughts, enabling you to catch negative ones before they spiral out of control. Prayer reminds you that you're not in this alone, that you're part of something greater, and gives you the strength to overcome whatever comes your way. Here's the bottom line: controlling your mind is a daily practice. It's not a one-time action, it's a lifelong commitment to yourself, your goals, and your future. It's about taking responsibility for your thoughts and understanding their power to shape your life. When you control your mind, you take back control of your destiny. You're no longer at the mercy of fear, doubt, or negativity. Instead, you're in the driver's seat, steering your life toward the direction you want to go. So start today. Begin by being mindful of your thoughts. Feed your mind with information, people, and experiences that push you toward success. Challenge negative thoughts when they arise and replace them with empowering ones. Visualize your goals, meditate, pray, and take control of your mind. Because when you do that, you take control of your life. And once you're in control of your mind, there's nothing you can't achieve. Now let's move to something often overlooked but crucial in shaping how your life unfolds: your mood. Your mood is like the lens through which you view the world. If you don't control it, that lens can distort everything around you. Think about it. You've probably seen it happen. Someone wakes up on the wrong side of the bed and carries bad energy all day. Every interaction becomes negative. Every obstacle feels catastrophic. They walk around as though the whole world is against them, when in reality it's their mood that's the problem. They've let a fleeting emotion take over and dictate how they experience their day. But here's the truth: your mood doesn't just happen to you. You have more control over it than you think. Your mood isn't some external force you're powerless against. It's not something you're obligated to surrender to. Your mood is a choice, something you can regulate and manage no matter what's happening around you. And when you understand that, when you realize you have the power to control your emotional state, everything changes. Let's be clear though, emotions are real. I'm not saying you should ignore how you feel. If you're angry, you're angry. If you're sad, you're sad. Those emotions are valid and deserve acknowledgement. But here's the key. Just because you feel something doesn't mean you have to let it control you. Feelings are like waves. They rise and fall, come and go. But you don't have to be swept away by them. You can learn to ride the wave instead of drowning in it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking their feelings are facts. They wake up feeling stressed or anxious and convince themselves the entire day is doomed. But feelings are not facts. Just because you feel something in the moment doesn't mean it's the absolute truth. It doesn't mean your day is ruined or your life is off track. It's just an emotion. It's temporary. The moment you recognize that, when you understand your mood is fluid and can change, you take back control. And this begins with awareness. Too many people go through life on autopilot, unaware of how their mood affects them. They let emotions dictate their actions without even realizing it. They're reacting instead of responding. But when you become aware of your mood, when you pause to check in with yourself and ask, how am I feeling right now? You empower yourself to shift that energy. You take control of the driver's seat instead of letting your emotions steer the car. Think about it. How many times have you let something small ruin your entire day? Maybe you got stuck in traffic, or someone said something that rubbed you the wrong way. Before you knew it, you carried that frustration with you all day, snapping at people and getting upset over things that didn't matter. You let one small incident snowball into something much bigger than it needed to be. But when you control your mood, you stop that snowball before it starts. You can pause, take a breath, and decide how you want to respond. You can choose to let it go and not let that moment define your entire day. And that's the key choice. You always have a choice when it comes to your mood. You may not be able to control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. You can choose to dwell on the negative, or you can focus on the positive. You can choose to let a bad moment ruin your day, or you can move on and make the best of it. When you see your mood as something you can control, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You become empowered. Controlling your mood doesn't mean putting on a fake smile or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's not about suppressing emotions or ignoring how you feel. It's about managing your emotions in a way that serves you, rather than letting them take over and run the show. It's about finding healthy outlets for your feelings and ensuring they don't dictate your actions in a negative way. Let's talk about gratitude for a moment. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you have for controlling your mood. When you focus on what you're grateful for, when you consciously shift your attention to the good things in your life, it's almost impossible to stay in a negative state. Gratitude forces you to recognize that no matter what's going wrong, there's always something going right. It changes your perspective. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have, from what's lacking to what's abundant. So when you find yourself in a bad mood, when things aren't going your way, stop and reflect on what you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be as simple as waking up this morning, having a roof over your head, or having people in your life who care about you. Whatever it is, focus on it. Let it fill you up. Let it remind you that even amidst challenges, there's always something to be thankful for. Gratitude changes everything. Another powerful tool for controlling your mood is your mindset. Your mood is directly tied to how you think. If you're constantly dwelling on negative thoughts, focusing on what's wrong or what's missing, it's nearly impossible to stay in a positive mood. But if you train your mind to focus on the good, to see challenges as opportunities and setbacks as lessons, your mood will follow. Your mood reflects your thoughts. So if you want to control your mood, start by controlling your mind. Meditation and mindfulness are excellent ways to help with this. When you take time each day to quiet your mind and center yourself, you create space for positive energy to flow in. You become more aware of your thoughts, and that awareness allows you to shift your mood when it starts going off track. Instead of reacting impulsively to every little thing, you learn to respond with intention. You learn to choose how you feel rather than letting your emotions choose for you. And don't forget about energy. Your mood is contagious. The energy you put out into the world will come back to you. If you're walking around with a negative attitude, constantly complaining and focusing on what's wrong, you'll attract more negativity into your life. But if you're positive, optimistic, and grateful, that energy will attract more of the same. People will want to be around you. Opportunities will open up. Success will start to come your way. So take control of your mood. Don't let it control you. Don't let a bad morning turn into a bad day, or a bad day into a bad week. Recognize that you have the power to shift your energy at any moment. You can choose to be positive. You can choose to be grateful. You can choose to see the good even in the midst of challenges. And when you do that, you'll notice your life beginning to change. Your mood matters. It affects everything: your relationships, your career, your overall happiness. So don't take it lightly. Pay attention to how you're feeling. Check in with yourself regularly. And when you notice your mood starting to go off track, take steps to shift it. Breathe, reflect, focus on what's good. Choose gratitude. Choose positivity. Choose to control your mood. Because when you do, you take control of your life. Now, let's talk about money. This is a big one, not just in terms of dollars and cents, but also in the mindset you have toward money. Money can either be a tool that gives you freedom or a shackle that ties you down, weighs you down, and keeps you up at night. Too many people are controlled by money or by the lack of it. They're living paycheck to paycheck, wondering how they'll make ends meet. They're drowning in debt, feeling like they'll never catch a break. They don't have a plan, and because of that, they feel powerless. But here's the truth: money, like anything else in your life, is something you can control. You just have to be intentional about it. You have to make the decision to control your money instead of letting it control you. First, let's clear something up. Money isn't the root of all evil. You've probably heard that phrase before, but it's a misquote. It's not money itself that's the problem, it's the love of money. It's when you become obsessed with it, when you chase it at all costs, when you're willing to compromise your integrity just to get more of it. That's when money becomes a problem. But money itself is neutral. It's a tool. How you use that tool makes the difference. You can use it to build something meaningful, something lasting, something that benefits not just you but also the people around you. Or you can use it recklessly and find yourself in a deeper hole than where you started. The choice is yours. So how do you control your money? How do you take the reins and stop letting it control you? It starts with a plan. You've got to create a plan for your money. You've got to know where every dollar is going before it even gets there. Too many people spend without thinking, without planning. They react to every sale, every impulse, every fleeting desire. But if you want to control your money, you've got to be proactive. That means budgeting, that means saving, that means investing in your future. It's about being intentional with every dollar that comes into your hands. Now, budgeting might not sound exciting, but let me tell you something: budgeting is freedom. When you have a budget, you know exactly where your money is going. You're not guessing. You're not stressing. You're in control. You're telling your money what to do instead of wondering where it went. And when you're intentional, you stop letting your emotions drive your spending. Let's talk about that for a second: emotions and money. They don't mix well. How many times have you had a bad day and decided to spend money just to feel better? How many times have you told yourself, "I deserve this," and bought something you couldn't afford? We've all been there. But here's the thing: just because you feel like you deserve something doesn't mean you should buy it. Emotional spending is a trap. If you're not careful, it'll keep you stuck in a cycle of debt and stress. You've got to be smart with your money. You've got to think long term. Don't just focus on the here and now. Think about where you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Think about the life you want to create for yourself and your family. and then make decisions that will help you get there. That means saving. That means investing. That means living below your means, even when it feels like everyone else is out there living it up. Let's talk about saving for a moment, because many people aren't saving enough. They're living for today, spending every dime they make and hoping tomorrow will take care of itself. But tomorrow's coming, whether you're ready or not. You've got to prepare for it. You've got to save for it. Start by building an emergency fund, something to cover unexpected expenses life will inevitably throw your way. Because life will throw you curveballs. The car will break down. The roof will leak. Medical bills will come. If you don't have money set aside for those emergencies, you'll find yourself in a hole that's hard to climb out of. Once you've built your emergency fund, start thinking about your future. Start planning for retirement. Let's talk about investments, about building wealth that lasts. Here's the truth about wealth. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. It's about creating something enduring. Too many people focus on earning more, but overlook how much they're spending. They might be making six figures, but they're living paycheck to paycheck because they spend as fast as they earn. That's not wealth. Wealth is about sustainability. It's about building a legacy and creating financial freedom, not just for yourself, but for the generations that follow. Financial freedom doesn't mean having millions in the bank. It means being in control of your money instead of letting your money control you. It means living within your means. It means having a plan. It's about being intentional with where your money goes and ensuring it works for you, not against you. When you achieve financial freedom, you gain options. You can live life on your own terms. You can pursue your passions. You can give back to your community in meaningful ways. You can invest in what truly matters to you. But you'll never get there if you let money run the show. If emotions drive your spending, if you're living beyond your means, or if you lack a plan, financial freedom will remain out of reach. So here's what you need to do. Start by getting clear on where your money is going. Track every dollar coming in and every dollar going out. Then, create a budget that reflects your priorities. Save. Invest. Think long-term, not just about today. And here's the encouraging part. It's never too late to start. Whether you're 25 or 55, whether you're just starting your career or approaching retirement, you can always take control of your finances. It might take time. It might require sacrifices, but it's worth it. When you control your money, you're not just building wealth, you're building freedom. That freedom allows you to live on your own terms, pursue your passions, and give back in ways that matter to you. So control your money. Don't let it control you. Be intentional. Be disciplined. Make a plan and stick to it. When you do, you're not just securing your financial future, you're securing your freedom. You're giving yourself options. You're creating a life defined by opportunity, possibility, and abundance. That's a life worth living. Now let's bring everything together. Control your mouth. Control your mind. Control your mood. Control your money. These are the pillars that determine the quality of your life. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. That's where your true power lies. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're not at the mercy of life's ups and downs. You have the power to shape your reality, to create your future, and to live a life filled with purpose, meaning, and success. But it starts with taking control. Control your mouth. Your words are more powerful than you realize. You can speak life, or you can speak destruction. Every time you open your mouth, you're making a choice to build or to tear down. Your words can shape your relationships, your career, and your self-esteem, where they can sabotage them. Be intentional with your words. Speak with purpose. Speak kindly to others, and, just as importantly, to yourself. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you keep saying, "I can't do this, I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," you'll start to believe it. And once you believe it, you'll act on it. So control your mouth. Your words will create the world you live in. Control your mind. Your mind is a battlefield, and every war is won or lost up there. Every action, every habit, every decision starts with a thought. If you don't control your thoughts, they'll run wild. Doubt, fear, and negativity will take over. But you can choose what you focus on. You can feed your mind with positivity, knowledge, and inspiration. When you control your mind, you control your destiny. Your thoughts will guide your actions, and your actions will shape your future. Control your mood. Too often, we let emotions dictate how we show up in the world. A bad day can spiral into a bad week. A single setback can become a mountain of problems. But your mood is your responsibility. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Choose gratitude over frustration. Choose optimism over despair. Shift your perspective, and you'll notice your energy change. People, opportunities, and success are drawn to positive energy. Don't let your emotions run the show. You're the one in control. Finally, control your money. Money is a tool, not something to endlessly chase or fear. It's something to manage wisely. When you budget, save, invest, you're not just building wealth, you're building a life. Financial freedom isn't about being rich, it's about having options. It's about aligning your spending with your values and goals. When you take control of your money, you gain the freedom to live without constant worry. You gain the power to build a life that reflects your dreams and supports those you care about. None of this happens overnight. Control is a process. It takes time, effort, and discipline. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to figure it all out at once. But you do have to start. Start with one thing. Maybe it's watching what you say. Maybe it's managing your thoughts. Maybe it's choosing positivity in the face of challenges. Or maybe it's creating a budget and sticking to it. Whatever it is, take that first step. Then take another. And before long, you'll build a life that's intentional, meaningful, and truly yours. As you begin to take control of your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money, you'll notice a shift. You'll stop living reactively, responding to whatever life throws your way. Instead, you'll start creating your life. You'll sit in the driver's seat, steering toward your dreams. That's a powerful place to be. But remember, this isn't just about you. When you take control of your life, you inspire those around you. You create a ripple effect, showing your family, friends, and community what's possible. You become a leader. You become a light in a world that desperately needs it. So don't wait. Don't sit back and let life happen to you. Take control of your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money. It won't be easy. It won't be quick, but it will be worth it. One day you'll look back and see that you didn't just live your life, you created it, shaped it, and owned it. You'll leave behind a legacy of purpose, meaning, and success. Start today. Take that first step. Control your life, because no one else is going to do it for you. The power is in your hands. What will you do with it?